Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Maths Hiccups, where we make every missteps in learning a learning moment. All right, so in today's episode, we're looking at hiccups in rounding decimal numbers. And so let's start with this question here. So this question says to round 3.0247 to two decimal places. Let's get you to try it first in 5 seconds. Awesome. How did you go? Before we look at your answer, let's look at the common answers that students gave that are incorrect. The first answer is this: 3.0247 rounded to 3.0 to two decimal places. This answer is incorrect. Why is it incorrect? Let's analyze it. So looking at what the student has done, you can say that the student understands that they have to round to two decimal places, which is good. But the student has counted two decimal places incorrectly, starting from the digit 3. All right, so that would suggest that the student has a misunderstanding of the components of a decimal number. So the student has a conceptual misunderstanding of the components of a decimal number. What do we mean? Let's look at the components of a decimal number. Let's use this example. We have 25.76. Look at the digits 2 and 5. You can see that at the top of digits 2 and 5, full circles. You can see full circles at the top. That tells you that those two digits, 2 and 5, are full units. They are whole numbers. All right? And then you look at digits 7 and 6. What do you see at the top? Fractions of a circle. That tells you that those digits 7 and 6 are less than a full unit. They are less than a whole number. So a decimal number is made up of two components. One, the whole number part, which are full units, and two, the fractional part, which are less than full units. The fractional part is also known as the decimal part. It's like when you're eating a pizza and your friend says, "Can I have a piece of your pizza?" If you give your friend a piece of your pizza, you've given your friend a fraction of your pizza. Okay? So going back to the answer that the student gave, 3.0 is incorrect because the student counted two decimal places from the whole number part instead of counting from the decimal part of the number. All right, so what is the fix for this question? Before we consider the fix, let's look at another common answer that student gave that is also incorrect. 3.0247 rounded to 3.03 to two decimal places, which is incorrect. Can you identify the error there? What is the missteps that the student has made? Obviously, the student understands that they need to count from the decimal part. They understood that they need to count from 0, and they counted correctly from 0 to the second digit at the decimal part of the number. However, the student failed to use the right method to round the number. All right, the student failed to use the right method of rounding. Let's look at what he has done. 3.0247, the student identified the digit 2 to be the round off digits. Okay, however, the students started rounding from the last digit 7. So 7 would increase 4 to 5, and then 5 would increase 2 to 3. And that led to the answer 3.03, which is incorrect. So now let's fix this problem. Two things that you have to be able to identify when rounding numbers is your round off digits as well as your decision digits. Okay, so your round off digit is where you're rounding to. And here it tells us your round off digits in the questions. It says to 2 decimal places. And so counting 2 from the decimal part of your number, it lists those 2. All right, so the digit 2 is your round off digit. Now your decision digits. Your decision digit is always that digit after your round off digit. And so 4 is our decision digit. Now, if you know your rounding rules, you would know that 4 leaves 2 unchanged. 4 makes no change to the round off digit, which is 2. So 2 remains unchanged. It remains the same. So your answer becomes 3.02 to 2 decimal places. All right. Did you understand it? Did you learn anything from today's episode of Maths Hiccup? If you do, can I please ask you to like, subscribe, share, and comment?